Well, it's time for this review. Ghostbusters 2016. Now, this movie has been getting a lot of hate on the internet. And when I mean a lot of hate, I mean the most disliked trailer on YouTube of all time kind of hate. I mean, it's been a big debate on both sides about whether about sexism or about remakes and about nostalgia in general. This movie's just been getting a lot of people upset, and today I'm here to tell you guys what I think about the new Ghostbusters. Now, I did see the original Ghostbusters, and I did think it was a pretty decent movie. Not the funniest movie in the world, but something you can enjoy. But what do I think about this movie? Well, I'm not going to really go over the story for this one, since if you have seen the original Ghostbusters, or even if you haven't, I'm not going to really spoil it that much. But let's just get right on to the point. But pretty much the story follows the original a lot. So what do I think about this movie? I actually like it. Some of you may be gasping and wondering, and maybe want to unsub or unfollow me right now. Go ahead, do that. I like this movie. Now, there are flaws with this movie. I'm going to talk about this. But first, let's go over the main characters right now. Melissa McCarthy's character, she was good. I laughed at some of her jokes, although she wasn't the funniest part of this movie. But I usually like Melissa McCarthy. Don't get me wrong. She is pretty funny, especially with Paul Feig in movies like Spy. Oh, boy. And then, let's see, Kristen Wiig. I've never been the biggest Kristen Wiig fan in the world. I mean, I don't hate her. I mean, I'll laugh at some of her stuff, but I don't find her as funny as other people might think of her. Let's see now. Leslie Jones was absolutely hilarious. She brought her Saturday Night Live charm with her on this movie, and it totally works. But without a doubt, Kate McKinnon was the funniest person in this movie. I mean, she brought so many one-liners. Her charm was there. I mean, her craziness was Kate McKinnon. I gotta say, these four work together as a team. And Chris Hemsworth as the secretary, he was stupid, but he was a funny kind of stupid, I gotta say. Now, my big issue with this movie, I gotta say, is the character development on the side characters. Now, the reason for this is because, a lot of them seem to play off this, type of, all them being stupid. And while that works for Kevin, the secretary, played by Chris Hemsworth, it doesn't necessarily work for the rest of them, because it just feels boring. It feels no development. I mean, luckily they're side characters and it didn't bother me that much, but it just felt come on. They could have put in some more effort, I gotta say. And also, the villain's not that particularly strong. We don't know his motivations that much, other besides him having somewhat of a bad past, I guess. But, it just... The special effects, I gotta say, work really well. And the cameos are decent for what they are. Especially Ernie Hudson's cameo. But, I mean, the effects are nice. The pacing, I wasn't bothered by the pacing, unlike some other people. I mean, I think a lot of people went into this movie expecting to hate it. I didn't necessarily. I initially wanted to go see it, and I liked it a lot. So I'm gonna give this movie an 8.5 out of 10. Until again, this is White Rice signing out, and I ain't afraid of no ghost people. Bye.